Here we go. The tagline is boldly pioneering future with entrepreneurship, right? We want to be bold. We don't want a wimpy profile. We want it to scream, right? A profile that no college can refuse, right? You have grades, you have test scores, you have all those things, but what sets you apart is your true passion and talent, right? So that's what this whole program is about. It's okay to dream big. Okay, so Mavi, can you please check the chat if Dr. Harini joins in? Okay, because I think I've disabled mute and video. Okay.
Okay, noted for that, Coach.
Got it. Great. So yeah, let me just quickly check if she's joined in. Oh yeah, she's here. Hey, Dr. Harini, how are you? Can you unmute yourself and hear us and speak? Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me just change the setting. Hold on one second. Okay. Can you unmute yourself now?
Yeah, I can. How are you?
Great. So, yeah, because I had disabled.
Yeah, I think even the video is disabled, so you can't see. They can't see me either.
Okay, I'm going to do this. Now you can turn on your video as well. Can you turn on your video?
I just did, yeah.
Okay, so I see there. Okay, so welcome, Dr. Harini Mittal. So basically, she's been my mentor from the past 4 years. I met her at an entrepreneurship networking group, and she has been instrumental in creating a lot of pitch fests. I mean, she pretty much breathes entrepreneurship. And fairly recently, she invited me to her program in CUNY, Brooklyn, that she runs a whole program. And I got to interact with her students and see the kind of effort that she personally is being putting in building entrepreneurship and other things there. So let me quickly go over the presentation and outline. Dr. Harini will give her feedback about it, and then we'll have a Q&A here, okay? And I want to thank you for coming in here and participating in this program. I mean, I come up with like crazy ideas and everything, but finding a passionate teacher is what's most important in delivering the program. And I'm so glad that Harini accepted to do this with me. Okay, so let me just continue with my presentation. And Dr. Harini, you can chip in anywhere where necessary, okay? Okay, so we are calling it boldly pioneering your future with entrepreneurship. Okay, and about us, this is me, Jyotsna. I'm an immigrant. Of course, I studied in India. I was kind of frustrated with the lack of clarity in the college admission process when I went through it with my older son. So I made it my mission to demystify the college application process. Got it? That's it. Okay, so that led me to quit my corporate job. I'm a Tony Robbins certified life coach. I'm a positive psychology coach. I coach ADHD kids ADHD is the prefrontal cortex of the brain, the executive functioning skills. And I'm trained under a leading psychologist called Peg Dawson. And I did my college counseling from UC Berkeley. Okay, now about our guest today, it's Dr. Harini Mittal. She's a professor in CUNY. She's also the founder and head of the hatchery and the incubator program. And her whole passion is entrepreneurship, business. She mentors a lot of businesses. She gives a lot of presentation and templates as to how to pitch your business and everything. And her passion is mostly empowering the low income communities, especially in Brooklyn, the program that she runs. She wants to encourage them. And that's like really, really a nice thing about her. Okay.
I just need to correct you here. I'm from the Bronx, not the Brooklyn. Sorry. That's okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got my geography yeah, I mean, I don't cross the Manhattan Bridge, so I'm sorry about that. Okay. So launch of this research program. I mean, why do you need a program, right? I mean, why, right? Of course, I mean, if you really, really want to apply to like highly selective schools and Ivy Leagues, my students, business students who apply for the Ross Business School, it'll ask you to submit either a product concept or a business plan. And last year, my student, I made her submit a business plan. In fact, I gave that template that she had to go work with a real company and create that. So if you're applying to top business majors, and of course, UC Berkeley is coming up, UC Berkeley's Haas Business School, which is supposedly the master's, is introducing an undergraduate program, right? So they are going to look at your extracurricular activities very, very closely. And this will give you a sort of an edge, right? Of course, it's going to skyrocket your child's chances to showcase that this would be a passion project. You want to chisel out a unique profile. I mean, that's extremely, extremely important. You want to outplay competition. You're in the right place. Okay. And yeah, of course, I like using these words because it's like essay time and writing resumes. So I'm like, so you're in the right place if you're looking for all these things. Okay, you're not in the right place if you're looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts, be it building a profile or college or anything. Quality takes time, okay, and a lot of hard work. Research is not an overnight thing. It needs to stew. It's like a slow cooker. So you've got to have a lot of patience and effort. And of course, like if you, yeah, there's no substandard quality that is encouraged here. I'm a crazy perfectionist. So I expect that level of effort from your child, right? So it will take time. If you're short on time or all that, then this might not be the time for you. Okay, so our college successes are these, of course. Let me go. Okay, so I have to tell you this short story before I give it up to Dr. Harini, is how Gifted Gabber all started. So Gifted Gabber was started by my son when he was 15. He had this crazy idea of being an entrepreneur, ruling the world and everything. And we flew over to San Diego to business. Okay, so let me just this. Yeah, that's why I sort of mute everybody. Let me just go and mute all. Okay, when I mute Dr. Harini also, but it's okay. Okay, so that's how this whole thing started, right? And then he went away to college, and I kind of took over, and so I was brought into this world of empowering teens through him, right? Looking for opportunities. They were not that easy to find. And it was very, very hard to find anything that really worked for him. He couldn't submit a research paper, or he didn't go to any of these programs because it was not there, right? And that was why I was like sort of obsessed with empowering teens, introducing rare, unique, innovative programs that really, really help them with their talent, right? And it's not just STEM that you should be focused on. There are students who are passionate about so many things, right? And it's like my passion to help them unearth that. Right. So, and yes, so what do I do? My best talent is to look for best talent and get the best tutors and instructors who can mentor your child. Right. So that is how this whole program started. And why create a research in entrepreneurship? Right. So yes, again, research in itself, while speaking to admission officers, they say that's the number one thing that they look in a student profile, because it shows the colleges that a child is a deep learner, is willing to put in that effort to be a subject matter expert. Got it? So that is like the number one thing that colleges look for. But here we're talking about applying to a specific major or even a passion project, right? Applying to finance or anywhere, they are looking for creativity. And this is a way to channel your child's creativity. And it's going to be results driven. It's going to be innovative. And as a result, the profile on its own is going to look unique. Okay, and also, of course, I keep telling people is stop with the analysis paralysis and embrace this unique and unconventional. It's an unconventional formula. That's what colleges are looking for, somebody who's willing to shatter the expectation and come out of it, right? So how's the program designed? Basically, we have these objectives. Number one is to introduce students to the world of entrepreneurship. That's what Dr. Harini is going to teach them. Unleash their creativity, leadership, and entrepreneurial mindset. Right? Being a CEO, being creative, like leadership is the number one thing in business. And I had to learn all of this. And I had to learn, I was not in business, I was in the corporate world. Then brainstorm for business ideas. Validate your ideas. It's not enough if you have an idea, you've got to validate it with customer research. And when we were working together, we pretty much incorporated that in this program, like customer research. There was a wait list that was there. There was a focus group for research, and that's how we did it. And then there is mastering the process of customer discovery. That's something that's so unique that the kids are going to learn. They're going to conduct a feasibility study of their idea. It's going to be very, very in-depth. And after that, they're going to present a narrative of their product concept. Got it? And also, Dr. Harini is going to help them write a research paper, and I'm going to help them publish that in places that accept it. Got it? So these are the 8 objectives that we're trying to achieve here. And any questions, please put it in the chat. We will get them. And Dr. Harini, do you have anything to add to the objectives? Oh, wait, sorry. Sorry, I apologize. Please speak now.
Yeah, okay, no problem. So yeah, that was a very good presentation of an outline of what we plan to do. So like Coach Joe rightly pointed, this is not something that, I mean, it's not about smart work or hard work. It's something about, I believe, it's something that you need to be passionate about. So when I talk to my students, you will not believe there are a lot of these kids who want to do something of their own. My own child, when he was in 6th grade, when I just once, I remember when I was at a restaurant with my son, he just looked around and he said, how much profit do you think these guys must be making? So I was totally aghast. I was very surprised that they think in these terms. So there are a lot of ideas that the kids have, and there is a lot that they want to do. So I don't see that they will perceive this as hard work or too much work, because once they get into it, they will be so much into it that they would love to do it on their own. And coming back and presenting and learning so much. It'll be a very exciting process for them. I mean, over the years, this is what I've discovered with my own students, that they get excited when when they're doing something new like this. So it's something fascinating. This is good for college admissions, of course, but for them as individuals, what they're learning and what they will be, you know, their thought process, the way they will look at things, the way they will look at ideas, and the way they will look at validating their ideas. It's an entirely new thought process. So we are just introducing them to this thought process, and so it's a skill that they will learn. Of course, it will help them in the college admission, but it's also, in my opinion, it's a life skill, because it teaches them application of whatever knowledge they have, practical application of that knowledge. And the way I see it as a teacher is that they not only learn something, a skill, but in the process they're learning to communicate. Both written and verbal communication skills are honed. At the same time, their research ability, their ability to collect information, gather information, and weed out what is not required, and look at what is focus on what is really important, and then learn how to present it, and from noise, take out what's important and focus on it, and come up with something from just an idea in your head. Come something concrete from just an idea in your head. So these are things that they are going to learn. It's much beyond, in my eyes, it's much beyond a college application project. For me, it's much more than that. Yeah. So do you want me to go over this? I thought you already talked about it, but if you
No. I'm going to continue with my presentation, and then we will get to that. Okay, so I want to give them the structure and overall the way our things are. Okay, so basically we have split that into 4 steps. Okay, so there is going to be an introduction to entrepreneurship and innovation. Then this design thinking and product concept. This is such a transformational process that is there that they will learn. Right? You go to any top college, this is what they're going to teach you, right? The design thinking. Then there's going to be customer interview and product validation based on their idea. Dr. Harini is going to help them come up with their solution, and not just come up with a solution, go and validate it. That's like so important, right? Things stay in our head and we assume that it's like the greatest invention, but you got to go there and validate that. But that's so important that they're going to learn. And then based on the validation, they're going to have a final presentation of their product concept. And they will be, Dr. Harini will be sharing a template, which I will be making them write the research paper to sort of look at places where they can publish it. Okay. And so that is the plan. Okay. Any questions about the 4 steps, please chat and I'll get to them. Okay.
I think there are a couple of questions on the chat.
I'll address them towards the end, Dr. Harini. We will finish this. Otherwise, I struggle with ADHD and I'll get completely distracted answering the questions and not going through what I've planned. So I'll go through that and then do that. Okay. And I do have my wonderful specialist on the chat. She will make sure that no questions are missed. Okay, so please chat them away. Okay, and so the way we have done it is in the introduction, they're going to learn about entrepreneurial basics. They're going to be introduced to innovation and how to develop an entrepreneurial mindset. Okay. So I have worked with teens and Gen Z. Their brain is like 10x more powerful than us. But where they lack is guidance and kind of a structure. Their attention span is 8 seconds. And you really need to provide them that kind of techniques and everything to think. This is an instant gratification world where everything is on their mobile phone and everything. But here they have to sit and think and be creative. Got it? So that is the introduction. Then in the second step is design thinking. Dr. Harini will spend a lot of time on the design thinking. When we launch it, you will see the dates and the number and the hours that she's going to spend on them. They will develop a product concept. That is the king. That is the crux of it, right? So developing a product concept. Then based on that product concept, they're going to come up with a problem statement, right? And then they're going to learn about customer segment identification, because it's not enough if they come up with a product concept. They have to go and get it validated, like get feedback from the customers, right? Whether it's going to work or not. And that's and I have applied what Dr. Harini has shown here, the design thinking. I do customer validation, the wait list, the focus groups, and everything is to see whether there is interest. And that is when I start building the program. It's not like I build a program and I say, hey, come on, buy me, right? So this is like a very, very critical step. And design thinking is a wonderful technique that the students are going to learn from Dr. Harini. Okay, and next is the customer interview, which Dr. Harini has her own template, and she's going to teach students to conduct the customer interview. She's going to share the questionnaire template, and there will be a 2-week hiatus where they will be executing this. They will go to the market and literally get all the customer interviews, the feedback, and everything. So this is like a really transformational experience where they are a real entrepreneur or a business owner. Got it? I started this business from scratch. It was my son who was doing it. He went away to college. I left the corporate world and I started it, and I started it from scratch, right? And having that kind of mindset and learning is pretty amazing. You're like setting the foundation for success in your child. And my son, when I hired a coach for him and he started working on his business, is when he had all this confidence in him to achieve more in life, right? So that's something that is stupendous. It builds leadership, period, right? And the fourth step is creation of the product concept. Then they're going to go over the customer reviews, the data that they've collected, right? And then they're going to create that concept. And Dr. Harini is going to spend a lot of time on their mock presentation, right? Like whatever they've gathered, the product concept and everything, how they are going to like really create it. That's something that she will individually look over that and in class have like a mock presentation. Okay, and then we are going to have a final presentation where students will present their whole product concept and whatever they've learned. That's when we will invite parents, siblings, pets, neighbors, everybody. I'm just kidding. And yes, and then I'm also going to help them in writing a research paper based on Dr. Harini's template, right? That would be based on whatever they have done. Right? There is a way of writing a research paper, and I'm going to teach them that. And then we will submit papers for publication. Okay. And also we will be helping them find internships where they will get to work with a real company. Okay. So any questions about what we've discussed so far? Okay. So another passion of mine was I used to drive my older son everywhere where he used to go and present this gifted gabber idea to a lot of pitch fests and everything. I've driven him to Brooklyn. The reason why I keep messing up Bronx with Brooklyn is I used to take him there. So this very thing, they can submit it in like any other fairs, pitch competitions, or wherever they want. In fact, I want to build a team of young students who are ready to sort of pitch their ideas and get a lot of venture capitalist money. How great is that? Yay! Right? So yes, so that is the end goal. I'm a dreamer. I'm looking for dreamers willing to take that kind of leap of faith and get in and learn and contribute and really go after it. Like, get confused, be Alice in Wonderland. That's when inventions happen. Inventions don't happen when you're comfortable, right? You're always trying to solve a problem, right? So that's what I have so far. And yep. So, yep. Okay. Oh, yeah. I was supposed to share the schedule and everything. I'm sorry. Okay. So here is the quick schedule. There will be like 9 sessions with Professor Mittal. And I'm going to go over the dates as well. There will be session with me separately because once they finish that and Dr. Mittal shares the template and everything, I'll help them write the research paper. There will be a final presentation of the product concept. And guess what? The presentation that they create, I expect the students to go back to their school and present it to their counselors and teachers. And guess what? It helps with recommendations, because your counselor is going to think, oh my God, this kid went out of the curriculum to do something. Boom, it reflects on your recommendations where it says, oh, intellectual curiosity. The teacher recommendation is intellectual curiosity and everything. So this is how my program works. It's not just fulfilling one particular expectation. It hits many, many notes. Right. And also this product concept idea can be submitted in their Common App when they're applying to business schools and everything as a passion project. You speak about it in your supplemental essays. There are so many places where you can use this, especially if you're applying to Ross Business School, Ross Business School, U Michigan. They ask you for a business plan or a product concept. Got it? All recordings will be on our learning management portal. There will be a WhatsApp group. We have a Discord group for students where if they have any questions, they want to discuss it. We have accountability pods where they can work together. They will still be presenting an individual project, but they will have this kind of camaraderie with them. It's helped my students a lot in my other research, and that's something that I'll be bringing it in. And of course, submission to various journals that accept student research. Please don't expect your research paper to be like published overnight. It typically takes about 6 months to do that because peer review takes that much time. Got it? And yeah, and you will get a certificate and letter of recommendation from Professor Harini. And the course dates. The start date will be June 27th. It will be Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. EST. Okay, so it's 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. PST. It's because students who are juniors and everybody, they have activities and everything during the daytime. So it is at 8 p.m. and some of the sessions are 2 hours long. So that's why if we start at 8, it finishes at 10. And we know which team sleeps at 10 a.m. None of the team are going to sleep before midnight or 1 o'clock in summer. So this is how we've accommodated that. Tuesdays and Thursdays. And don't worry, we will have bonus sessions, and there's no session on the July 4th weekend. The final presentation is tentative. Of course, we have scheduled it for July 29th or August 5th, but that may change. Okay, so any questions about the schedule and everything, please let me know. So it is twice a week. What I use a coaching mechanism called immersion, where you concentratedly focus on something and you push yourself results are delivered. Got it? If we linger it on and spread it out for like 9 weeks, the interest like dwindles, right? We are trying to push them, and that's when results happen, right? So yes, it's going to be intense because research is intense, and working with a university professor is going to be intense, but they are going to learn. Your child is going to learn and deliver, and we will make sure that they deliver the results. Okay. So any questions about the course dates? Okay. So question for you. Are you excited as I am to see your child become a successful entrepreneur? That did happen with my son, right? Gifted Gabber is his, but he's gone away to college. So it's accelerating, right? That kid was so crazy. He wanted to have Bitcoin ATMs in all the malls. He got an ATM machine from Russia and wanted to spray paint it orange. I mean, right? So as parents, we want to give them opportunities, right? And for me, I get to give opportunity to so many fertile minds, right? To see so many students transform. I mean, it's a passion of mine to see a child like blossom. And trust me, they have like so much talent, ideas brimming, right? They just need the right outlet, and that outlet is here. So who's with me? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's look over. Agree with me. Give me some love. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, the pricing. Of course, it's not 5,000. It's not even 2,000. We will be launching it on May 13th. We're just finalizing on the pricing, the schedule, and everything with Dr. Harini. So it will be less than $1,500, which is a great steal. My son went to the UPenn Management and Technology program. $9,000. And Polygens is 2,500 with a research. I mean, they're not PhD students, right? So basically, working with a university professor is what is more validating than anything else. So on May 13th, we will be submitting it. And I wanted to show you an acceptance letter from Duke. Okay, which says, I enjoyed reviewing your application, and the admissions committee was impressed by your innovative projects and research prowess. At Duke, you can continue innovating in makerspace and foundry. So you can see here how much research is important, right? And so it's not like, oh, you have to be a non-STEM person to do research. No, my son did entrepreneurship and computer science. So he's graduating from Georgia Tech in computer science, but he had an entrepreneurial flair. So if that is your child with a flair for leadership, wants to be a hustler, wants to conquer the world, this program's for you. Okay, so question.